Hi Libra. So interesting is I pulled a card for each sign and you got 11, Damiana, and it's the beloved. It says the beloved. And what's interesting about this is that it's the same as your number, your card, the number of your card. The Justice card is number 11. So there might be something to do with integration happening. It might well be that there's a relationship around you as well that's so important. Let's see, what is your key theme? Power is the Strength card. The Strength card, and I'm just noting that you got it in reverse. It is also about integration. In fact, it really is about integration. Such an interesting reading you have, and you get the Fool beneath the deck, which talks about new beginnings. So you get the the Strength card as your issue, what you need to be looking at. And I think it's about integrating. There's something that you're dealing with regarding, it could be love, but it could also be your finances or your sense of security. So Libra, what I'm seeing is you are concerned with your stability, and it could be because of a relation. Well, I strongly feel it's a relationship, whether that's at work or at home or a lover. There's something to do with a relationship that there might be some addiction going on, or something destructive is the feeling I get. And you know, with the suffering in silence, so this is what could work against you. And so I'm assuming that it's either in the workplace or it is affected by your sense of abundance or material, sense of material or wealth or stability. What could work for you, what's working for you, is the Nine of Swords. And that's, you know, what I'm thinking is, especially because you get the Empress card here, I think that you need to just be cognizant of your dreams and note them down, Libra. I really feel, you know, we have deep inner wisdom, so even doing that act is an act of asking for guidance, you know, just writing them down. So see what comes up in your dreams. The other thing that the Nine of Swords can be telling you is to not to speak up. You know, the swords are about communication, so if you need to speak up, speak up. What is lovely is that you get the card of fertility. You get the Empress showing up for you, and that is the card of Taurus, but I do feel it describes Librans as well. You know, you're ruled by Venus, and there's a sensual energy about you. So it could be that you are dealing with your own demons. There's nothing not wrong with sensuality, but I'm just thinking about this. You know, sexuality and sex can be addictive when it's destructive. So there's some kind of addiction that I feel you are confronting. And maybe what you are trying to do is find the balance between your owning your sensuality and loving it and expressing it in a way that is empowering, and the opposite way where even though when you express it, you might find it being abused in some way. So that's a very interesting thing I'm seeing here, Libra. The sun is such a beautiful reminder of living with wonder, living daily with wonder. And I think that you are going through a major transition at the moment. You're confronting a key aspect of something to do with yourself, your deep inner self. You know, it's not something small that you're dealing with, Libra. And but I think that it's being brought to light so that you can confront it. And I think that the way you do that is by working with the sun energy. So work with the sun, work with this light, or work with this card. It's so beautiful. This person is filled with light, filling themselves with the sun, the light of the sun. which brings hope, right? And it also illuminates those shadows. The devil is also about the shadow aspects, a part of who we are, and we can use them productively. If we see our shadows, we are able to use them for our own benefit instead of trying to pretend they're not there and calling them things that they might not be, giving them negative connotations, or expressing them in a way that is negative for us and maybe for others. And you get the Two of Cups beneath the deck. So this might really be an important relationship for you, Libra. You get the Ace of Cups with the Strength card, and the Ace of Cups, did come out in the reverse. So you are definitely looking at your sense of self-worth, and I think it's linked to the way you express your sexuality or sensuality and how you own that. I mean, for each of us, that could be different. That will be different. By the way, I'm just thinking about it. I have, in my Vedic astrology, my my rising sign is Libra. So I can relate to a lot to that duality, that wanting fairness, and maybe sometimes that fairness is at your own expense. But also there's this thing about the way you express your sexuality. Think about when you do that in ways that are destructive. And because, again, here this power issue comes up in what could work against you. So think about that, Libra. For each Libran, it will be different. For some, it's how you might abuse that power. And that's just part of our learning, our journey. It's not to judge. It's just that we are called to look at those things, right, that we need to work on. And for some of you, it might be in giving that power away, or even rejecting it completely, rejecting your sexuality and sensuality, maybe because you've found it being abused in the past. And because you're ruled by Venus, the way I see it is almost like you are sensual by nature, and sometimes that can be abused. So think about that. I think this is very deep for you, Libra. So interesting. You get two, like, sort of what you would consider negative cards. This is a Tower and the Nine of Swords. So I definitely feel like allow eruptions to happen, and they're just under yours. And I the Libra card in this deck, looks like the Tower card. Sorry, I don't want to make this too long, but I feel like this is saying speak up, and there's a need for you to speak up and say what needs to be said, even at the risk of having a fallout, is basically what I'm seeing here. And then you get the Moon card with with the Empress. So there's definitely this like dualistic thing within you. And of course, you Libra, it's this way or that way, trying to find balance. So there's this part of you that really embraces your sensuality and wants to celebrate it. And then there's a part of you that kind of questions it, wants to suppress it with the Moon card there. They're both cards of sensuality, and sexuality and feminine depth. So be willing to look at that, Libra, this month ahead. This Capricorn, a nature energy around you, it might not even be a Capricorn, like I say, but it's something to do with this addiction. It could be addiction to work, now that I see the Nine of Wands, like taking on too much. But it could be linked to this issue, and I think it is, or maybe even both. So just look at that, how that's appearing for you. Your guidance, you get Temperance. You've got so many major arcana here, so I think it's quite a key month for you. In fact, all except these two at the top, just in the top, are major arcana. There's a huge change happening for you, and I think you need to be willing to be guided with the Six of Swords. Allow your spirit guides to take you on this journey. You do the inner work and trust that you are being guided away from a situation that has maybe hurt you, even your own destructive thoughts, to a more balanced way of looking. I mean, look at that card, and the Strength card also speaks about that balance, so that you are working at integrating aspects of yourself so that you can feel more balanced as we draw towards the end of the year, Libra. And I hope that has helped you. It's such an interesting reading, and I will leave it there. I'll send you lots of love. Bye.